Hi, I'm Lee Holcher with Napier Realtors ERA. I want to tell you a little bit about Richmond, Virginia. I've been a realtor here for over 20 years, absolutely love the city, love the burbs, love the area, really love everything about it. One thing you need to know if you're either coming here, and if you're here you probably know it already, is we love calling ourselves RVA. You will see it everywhere. It is on tattoos. We're a big tattoo city. It is on cars. It is in shop windows. It is on a key ring. I just got a notice of that the other day. We love being called RVA. So let me tell you why I love living here. First off is we're very, very convenient. We're about 2 hours from Washington, D.C. We're about 2 hours from the mountains. We're about 2 hours from the beach, and we're about 2 hours from Williamsburg. It's very easy to have wonderful day trips or overnights. There's a lot to do. We also have great sports. VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University, is one of our really, really big public universities. It's like #1 in all kinds of fields. And they happen to be down in one of our historic areas, and they have an amazing basketball team, the VCU Rams. Love going to the games. It's very exciting. We also have the Redskins who come here for their summer training camp, which is great fun. We have a lot of biking. Trails are everywhere. You can get so many places. We can even almost finished getting from Richmond down to Williamsburg on the Colonial Bike Trail, which is very exciting. We do a lot of walking. We have swim clubs. We also do a lot of running that's very, very popular. In addition, we have the James River running through the middle of the city, and we have Class 5 rapids. It is very, very common when you go across one of our bridges to see the kayaks down there. It's real popular. People love it. And finally, I'm taping this in September of 2015. We, in just a few weeks, are going to be hosting the UCI bike race. This is only the second time it's been in the United States in the last 20 years. It's usually held in Europe. Very famous. We are expecting over 400,000 people and participants to come. It is just amazing that we were able to host this, and we're really excited by it. We're also a foodie town. Oh my gosh, we have some of the most incredible restaurants. We have been written up all over the U.S. All kinds of magazines talk about our restaurants. We're even being talked about in Europe, which is pretty amazing. And I love to eat out. I have tested probably a great many of them. And as part of what I do with my business is I try to help everybody know about some of these great things. So for example, my newsletter that I just did this past month, September, I actually had a list of my favorite restaurants in here. So you can put it on your refrigerator and you're going to know where to eat. It is so much fun. In addition, we're very cultural. We have a world-class museum, the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. It's a very, very modern building. We actually tore down part of it, rebuilt it, and put a parking deck inside of a hill that was created that is this amazing garden on top of the parking deck. It's very cool. And we have world-class exhibits here. It's open 365 days of the year. And it is wonderful to go. It's just like a microcosm of the world because all kinds of folks come to see it. It's great fun. We also have a lot of other culture. We have an amazing ballet troupe here. They do a lot of original pieces. They travel all over the U.S. And I just love going to see them. They're just wonderful. We have a glorious symphony. We have an amazing opera. We have theater. We have many, many arts. It's a very, very huge artistic class here. And one of the sites you can go to is rvamakers.com. You will love seeing the different things that they do. In addition, education is very important to us. We have 2 huge universities. One is public, Virginia Commonwealth University, and the other is the University of Richmond, which is private. In addition to those, we have many other smaller universities. We have wonderful public schools. We have wonderful private schools. So if you happen to be here with kids and you're looking at their educational needs, we can really take care of that. Now, where do you want to live? We have all kinds of houses. You can live in old houses, you can live in new houses, you can live in a house that costs $50,000. You can also spend $1 and $2 million. I even saw one come across today that was for over $3 million. It was awesome. I've been in it. It's an amazing house. But We also have a lot of different architecture. So you can sort of choose the kind of lifestyle you want within that. So some of the neighborhoods we have are our very old, late 1800s, early mid 1900s, definitely sort of row house oriented. These are in neighborhoods that we call the fan because it actually fans out. If you look at a map, it has lots of pocket gardens in those little areas where it fans out. We have the Museum District, which is in walking distance to what we call the Museum Mile, and have lots of museums on that. And then we also have Church Hill, which was the original center when Virginia started way back, or Richmond started, actually almost Virginia, back in the early 1700s. That's on the other side of downtown. If you want to get a little bit sort of cuter with a little bit more interest to it, we have a lot of bungalows, arts and crafts, and also four squares. You'll find these in neighborhoods that were built sort of the 1920s, 1930s. Some of the popular neighborhoods are north of the river, Bellevue and Ginter Park and Sherwood Park. And then if you go south of the river, we have Westover Hills, and we also have Woodland Heights, which is one of our early trolley communities. It's at those two neighborhoods are actually next to the Forest Hill Park, which has one of our biggest Saturday morning food markets. Oh my gosh, they have like 200 people there, or 200 different vendors there. Then if you want to get into more of a 1950s, 1960s, we have neighborhoods that are sort of your first tier of the suburbs that came after World War II. One of the very popular ones is located on the other side of the University of Richmond. It's called West Ham. I happen to live in one south of the river in an area called Stratford Hills. I love living south of the river. I have lots of trees, I have hills, I can walk to the river. It's a great place to live. Then we also have new verbs, that you can find in most areas in the United States. It's the cul-de-sacs, it's pools, it's sidewalks, it's playgrounds, it's tennis courts. So if you would like to have a newer home, one that lets your kids, like walk to the pool or go out and play tennis, or the guys or the husbands and sometimes the wives get together and shoot baskets, those tend to be very nice neighborhoods for that as well. So one of the things I've been doing this year to help you kind of see what Richmond's like is I have been having videos done of some of my very favorite neighborhoods. You can see those videos as well as you can look at some of my listings, because I do videos of a lot of those at my YouTube channel, which is called LeeHasVideos.com. Easy to remember, and if you go in there, it'll give you a really nice flavor for some of our neighborhoods. So if you're moving here, what I'd like for you to know is it's a great place to live. You can live in any kind of an architecture. You can live any kind of a price point. You can buy a fixer-upper. You can buy a state-of-the-art gorgeous home. You can get just a nice little Cape Cod. You can get a wonderful contemporary. We have a huge, broad variety of architecture and price styles and livings. Sometimes it's like a great big lot and you go into your garage and you're private and you don't have to know anybody. Or you can live right next to a neighbor and feel like you're in a small village. It's really kind of fun. So when you come, I hope you'll contact me, Lee Hulcher, Napier Realtors, ERA, and just know that whenever I help you to either buy or sell a house, what I see truly as my job is to help you make a good, informed, and a wise decision, because your home is where your heart is, and it's where you're going to put down your roots and where you're going to make your own future. Thanks so much.